Another thing I'd like to share, I used to go into elementary, middle school, and high schools and do presentations on how to keep yourself safe, strong, and free. With middle school and high school, it was presentations, I gotta slow down, presentations on date rape, acquaintance rape, the difference between assertive, aggressive, what it means to stand up for yourself, and how you have the right not to be touched by in any way by anyone you don't want to have touching you. I was doing a presentation in one of the older African American schools in the inner city. I'm in the classroom, the 5th grade classroom, talking to our young children about their right to be safe, strong, and free. Safe from good and bad touches. Strong, keeping themselves strong and able to yell and say no. And free, that they have a right to say no. There was a young girl in the back of the class, and she was listening to me. She was engaged, and she had a little cassette tape that she was rewinding while she listened to me. And the teacher just irritatedly all of a sudden went back. I didn't realize he had been focusing on her the whole time. Went to her, grabbed her up out of the seat, dragged her to the front of the class, threw her on the chalkboard, and said, "I told you to put that away," and then dragged her out of the room. I was dumbfounded. Here I am in the middle of telling these young people they have the right not to be touched in ways they don't want to be touched, and this teacher must have been in his 30s or 40s, frustrated, probably felt he had been sent to Nystrom out of punishment. White man, like I say, 30s or 40s. I just was blown away. I know I finished the presentation, and I told him afterwards that was just so out of control. And he went on about, defended himself about, oh, she's always disruptive in class. So he obviously did not hear me, so I went to the principal. And the principal told me, oh no, my teachers do not put their hands on my children, our children. Just blew me off completely. I called Child Protective Services, and they said, nope, we can't touch it. The school district has their own system of dealing with abusive teachers. There's nothing we can do. That principal eventually became the superintendent of that school district. That brother is now setting rules in that school district. Parents, you better go down to your schools. If you do not know what is being taught in your school, what is going on, then you are part of the problem of what's going on in the school. I'm sorry to say that. I know, parents, you're busy. You're working 2 jobs sometimes, trying to make things meet, but this is important. You must go to your schools. And I know you're probably thinking, I've heard some responses, well, the teachers won't like it. Guess what? This isn't about the teachers. This is about your children. Get down there. Make sure also that conflict resolution is being taught to your children. I saw a video on raising soldiers. We need to raise soldiers. No, our children have already seen enough war. The majority of our children meet the criteria for post-traumatic stress disorder. They've seen enough war. It is now time to raise peacemakers, to raise people, young people who feel confident about resolving conflicts verbally and not with guns or fists or whatever. And it also, conflict resolution needs to be reinforced at home, parents, using your mouth, not your hands. Our children have that down. They know how to use their hands to hurt. Now it's time to use our mouths to resolve issues. We just had a school that was vandalized up here. I also used to belong to an organization called PTAV, Parents and Teachers Against Violence in Education. PTAVE. There are some teachers that are aware of the violence of other teachers and want to put a stop to it. That is what this organization was about, the parents and the teachers who also want to stop. They focused on corporal punishment in schools, but these teachers wanted no violence in their schools. One of the things that they had researched and found out was that when you find a school that has a lot of vandalism going on, that is a sign of powerlessness. The students in that school feel powerless to make any changes as far as how the teachers are treating them. It's a big red flag that teachers are not acting right, that there are some or one teacher at that school that is not letting, has taken away the power of their students. The students feel there is no way to resolve issues with that teacher, be it racial, discipline, whatever, class. So they vandalize. Teachers are human. Just like this teacher, who should have just been tossed out of the building. He was wrong. Through PTAVE, I found out, the research was done, that it's usually a child of a single parent, that the teacher knows that parent will not be in school, and also knows that that child will be too ashamed to tell the parent what's going on. So parents, get to school. This is about your children. A lot of parents say, yes, I will allow teachers or the principal to use the paddle on my kids. The only thing about that is you never know what is on the mind of the paddler. What is going on for them in their lives between that uptake, that upsweep of the paddle to when it hits your child's ass. Why in the hell would you want to teach your child to raise their butt to anybody? To bend over and raise their bottom to any adult? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why set up your child like that? So go to school. Go to school, find out what's going on. Make sure they have a conflict resolution process in place. And if they don't, start one. So our children can learn other ways to deal with conflict. So our children can learn the ways of peace and stop killing each other out there in the streets. Use it at home also. Model it at home. Reinforce it at home, as hard as it is. And I know it's hard. I've got one here that I won't even go into. I know it's hard. But this is their life at stake. There's just too much at stake. They've already seen so much violence. There's got to be a safe place for them. And it is your school. You're paying taxes. Please, please, please get in there and monitor. Peace. Thank you.